Well, history made in Hennepin County on Tuesday. Voters elected the first woman and first African-American woman to be the next sheriff of Hennepin County. Joining me now is Sheriff-elect Dawanna Witt. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Has it sunk in yet? What went through your mind when you kind of started to realize, okay, I'm the first and I'm making some history with this new job?
I'm not sure if it's sunk in yet because it's been go, go, go ever since the results came out from the election. I do know that I'm excited. I know that there's a lot of people watching and expecting a lot from me, and you know, I just want people to know that I'm up for the challenge. You know, I got here off of just doing the right thing and wanting the best for everyone. And you know, people have asked, like, what are we missing in leadership? And one of the things I think is an important component is you actually have to care about the work you do, the decisions that you make that affect other people's lives, and I do fit that category. So I'm excited, but again, I'm not so sure if it's sunk in yet because I've been just go, go, go since the election.
Yeah, it's been a busy week for you,
yes,
as we can't even imagine. You grew up in South Minneapolis,
yes,
and you've been in law enforcement for decades. Did you always want to be in law enforcement growing up?
No, I did not. I didn't see myself in this profession. I was actually that kid who was afraid of law enforcement and not so trusting of it. So for me to be in this position now, you know, I used to tell people this was a complete accident. It literally started me taking a tour at the Hennepin County Jail and how they talked about how they needed more women, and specifically women of color in this field. And you know, I filled out an application and I went and I started working there, and that's when I started working with more law enforcement, getting to know them as individuals. And that's what changed my perception, and I went back to school to become a licensed peace officer. And again, it was not an accident. This is what I was supposed to be doing. I feel fully confident about that, and I am glad that I took that tour that one day.
Yeah, it changed your life in many ways.
Yes.
And you have said that recruitment is going to be a big focus for
yes.
you right out of the gates.
Yes.
How do you plan to help do that when we are at a time when there's a lot of people that, you know, are kind of thinking the way you used to? They may
yes.
be fearful and never want to go into law enforcement. And we know that nationwide, recruiters are trying to get more people to consider the field.
Yes. Well, I think we need to think about recruitment in two ways. There's direct recruitment and there's indirect recruitment. And when we talk about indirect recruitment, that is, people are watching. They're watching to see what we do, how we interact with people. And so we need to think about that all the time, because, you know, it might be someone's aha moment, like, wait a minute, that's a really cool job. But you have to be willing to have the time to engage with people so that they understand not just the job, but the people who are wearing these badges and uniforms. So that's indirect. As far as direct recruitment, you know, I also teach at Inver Hills Community College, and I've watched my class sizes dwindle. And so, you know, it's still instilling hope into people, like, you know what, this is still a noble profession. There are people who are doing this job that want to do a good job, that want to protect and serve. And so we have to keep those conversations going, whether it's with the schools or if it's with programs like the Explorers. You know, we talk about the next generation. So the recruitment can't just be what are we doing right now. We also need to think about the upcoming generations, which means we need to be all over the place. And we need to show people that this is a great profession to be in. And I think with that, we will be changing the tide, and we will be, again, one of the most sought out professions. And you have to believe that, and I do believe it.
We have so much more to talk about, but we are out of time. Thank you so much for your time. And again, congratulations. We know you also are a Vikings fan. She's been
yes.
busy, so she admits that she has not been to any Vikings games yet this season. But any predictions real quick for today's game?
Vikings win 21-17.
There you go. All right. Direct from the Sheriff-elect. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.